Good morning, everybody. Today is a beautiful Friday morning, and it is July 27, 2018. And you might be wondering what we're doing here this morning. Myself and Dr. Laura Pruitt, we've been having multiple conversations about coaching and counseling. And what is the real big difference between the two? Today, we're going to give you a preview of the upcoming course that we have starting on August 17th, 2018. We're going to go through a few of the strategies we're going to provide. We're going to let Dr. Pruitt kind of explain what she does and how she's been able to use her background in psychology as well as her background in coaching and kind of explain how she's blended together to help her clients out. If you're a coach, a teacher, you're mid-level management, if you know anybody in those areas, this presentation today, as well as the one on August 17th, is going to be for you. Because we've wondered, what do people do before they become a coach? Well, we know there's training. We know there's all these different Facebook ads and programs that say become a coach. But what happens when you hit that roadblock? When you feel like you cannot reach that client anymore or you've become ineffective? That's what we're going to kind of touch on today, and we're going to really dive deep into it come August 17th. Now, I know you've had enough of hearing my voice. I'm going to bring on our wonderful guest today, who is Dr. Pruitt. Good morning, Dr. Pruitt. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Michael. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so excited to be on this Facebook Live with you this morning because courses like this, I feel like there's not enough of them. I haven't seen many of them. And the fact that we've been able to collaborate our skill sets together, it's something that I believe people are really going to learn from. And I know what I didn't do, guys, before I started off. The name of the course is The Fine Line Between Coaching and Counseling. Know the difference.
Right.
Dr. Pruitt, if you could just give a quick overview, a quick biography of who you are. How did you become Dr. Laura Pruitt, psychologist and coach?
Well, that has been quite a journey, I tell you. I did my PhD at Texas A&M University, and after graduation, and even before that, in doing clinical practice, I dealt a lot with trauma. I dealt a lot with depression, anxiety, people who were having hindrances that block them from being their best self. And so over time, that just became really kind of my wheelhouse, is to connect with those people who wanted to do better but just struggling. And maybe it was because of trauma. I worked a long time in the Veterans Administration system, so working with a lot of veterans and active duty personnel and like military from all branches of service and all of the different wars and stuff. And so I saw a lot of common themes that happen over diagnoses like PTSD or depression and anxiety. And in that clinical work, there was the clinical piece, but then there was also, okay, how do you motivate? How do you inspire? How do you move forward? And so that's kind of what got me interested in life coaching, because with psychology and with the clinical realm, we deal really with people with problems, people with issues and concerns, people with deficits, people with disabilities, people who are in some form or fashion seen either by others or themselves as broken. And so that's what people think of when they think of mental health. They think of brokenness. Mm-hmm. And I was like, but wait, we are not broken. Even if we have issues and problems and concerns of life, doesn't mean that we're broken. Doesn't mean that we just crawl up into a little ball and just stay there. So regardless of what people have been through, I wanted to be able to not only speak to the mental health issues that were, the symptoms and those things that were going on, but then, okay, how do we move beyond that? And that's where the life coaching came in. And so joined the John Maxwell team a few years ago and started reading more on life coaching and looking at the positive aspects of psychology and mental health and motivation and inspiration for solution-focused treatments, not just the problems of it all, not just coping.
So how is those two skill sets that you now have when you've added the life coaching to your background, how has that improved the quality of the service that you're now providing to your clients?
I think it has been an exponential kind of growth explosion. I see my client doing better and staying better for longer. And that's exciting to me, to see someone who comes in and they're looking really down and downtrodden, and you can just see their countenance is low. Mm-hmm. And then to see them move out of that. So yes, we still have some of the symptoms. Yes, we still have some of the problems going on, but it's not in that defeatist attitude. You see them lift. You see them striving towards a better self. And so it's really exciting to see, because many times when people are well in psychology, in the clinical realm, we terminate them. When they're no longer experiencing depressive symptoms like, I'm not sleeping well, I'm not eating well, or I'm eating too much, or, those things that kind of hinder them that they can point to and go, this is what's wrong with me. Once they move past those symptoms, many times in therapy, they get terminated because, woohoo, we're done, right? Yeah. But we're not done. We're just getting started. And so that's where the coaching kind of picks up from there.
And as we were coming up with a few of the key points for this course, we actually outlined 5 major points for the course that's coming up on August 17th. Now, did you want me to go over them, or do you think that it's best for you just to outline them for the people that are listening and watching?
Go over them, and then I'll go back through them.
Okay. So I am going to read, because my memory's not that great, and I do take a lot of notes. So what we've looked at is, from the coach's perspective, from the counselor's perspective, the kind of issues that you run in with your clients. And those issues are stuck and can't move, limited motivation initiative, distractions hindering the process, inconsistencies that are unexplained, and fear that takes them out of their mental or their any kind of mindset they have. Right. Dr. Pruitt, did you want to touch on a few of those briefly to just kind of explain a little bit more for that person that's kind of thinking, well, I kind of know what Michael just said, but maybe Dr. Pruitt can explain it a lot better?
Okay. So a couple of the ones that I want to touch on is, because I think they kind of piggyback off of one another. And so we look at the degree to which we're stuck, the degree to which there is limited motivation, the degree to which there are inconsistencies in the life of doing those things that, they want to do and are called or purposed to do. And then those, the unexplained, why can't I get out of this funk? And sometimes, Michael, we know what to do, we just don't know how to do it. So people recognize I'm stuck, recognize that, I'm really not motivated. I'm really inconsistent with, sometimes I cope well and then other times I don't. And so those things, we want to move through the thinking process that enables us to move people from one position to the next. So I'm stuck and I can't move. Might be, I have a dream, I have a purpose, I feel like there's a call on my life, but I don't know what to do next. I mean, I want to do it, but I don't have the resources, I don't have the know-how, I'm not smart enough. And a lot of times some of these, downward thinking is part of being stuck, that downward thought process where, we don't think highly of ourselves or our skills or our abilities. And so as a consequence of that, we just kind of stay where we are, because we're afraid. And fear can be gripping. Fear can be transformative in that, it's kind of the catalyst for stuckness. It's kind of the catalyst for lack of motivation and inconsistencies, because I'm afraid to step out. What if I fail? And I hear people say that to me all the time. I have a fear of failure. And I say to them, how is it that you can fail if you're still trying? If you're still moving?
Yes.
Failure is when you stop, when you quit, when you give up. That's failure. Failure is not in the process of trying. So if we are headed to a destination, if I'm in downtown Camden, Delaware, big city, okay? If we are heading to Washington, D.C., I can't see D.C. from Camden. It's a process that I have to drive through. I can't say that I failed to get to D.C. if I never, if I'm still on the road going there.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
it's not failure. I'm in process. And so sometimes we look at the end result and we say, I haven't gotten there yet, therefore I have failed. And so getting people out of that stuckness and letting them see that if you are in process, then there is no failure in process.
Awesome. So you all heard it. That's a preview of those steps, those 5 areas that we're going to address on August 17th. If you're watching this right now and you or you know someone can benefit from a course like this, go in the comments, write, send me more information. And we will send you a personalized link so you can find out when we're hosting the course, how to access it, and how others can access it. Our goal is to connect and push and find people that we can help that's kind of in that in-between phase of coaching and counseling, and they're losing clients or they're using their great techniques, but they just can't get through their clients. Some of these strategies that we're going to talk about will benefit you. It will help you learn what you're missing. And as we go through this, we definitely look forward to any participation, any questions, any recommendations on what other information you would like to see in this course. But remember, the course is called The Fine Line Between Coaching and Counseling. Know the difference. And after taking this course, you will be a more impactful coach. You will be a more impactful counselor. You will be a more impactful leader in your industry, because we can always use some type of training. We can always learn more, and that's what we're here for. We found that this is a need, and that's between both of us being coaches. And once we realized that, we're like, you know what? We know this, but we haven't had as much promotion being given to us about this. So we found this as an opportunity to help you out, help the viewer, to get you more clients, to have that sustainable growth from the people that you're leading, from the people that you're coaching. Because I know it's always sucked for me when I was unable to maintain a coaching client because I wasn't paying attention, because they had more of a mental health concern versus a coaching concern. And then sometimes for those that are psychologists, counselors, teachers, sometimes that person needs more coaching than they need counseling. And that's what this course is going to do. We're going to give you some proven strategies that will help guide you to that next level, that will help you get those clients that are kind of on that borderline, that you know where to go next with them, so you're not stuck. Because in the end, our job is to help people. And if we're not helping them, then we're really missing out on our true calling. Dr. Pruitt, do you have any closing words before we end this morning?
I guess I would say to new counselors or to new coaching folks that may struggle with knowing whether there is a mental health issue on board versus is this something that I'm just not doing, I would say that don't give up, that we can learn skills and strategies and ways of being that will help to promote growth in ourselves as well as others. And that's what it's about. This is a learning process, a learning experience. And so we grow with our clients. Every time we do a new technique, every time we try a new tactic, that's a growing edge for us, and we need to continue to do that. And so I welcome any questions or comments about, is this a mental health issue? We'll cover some of that in the course. But it's important that we know what we're dealing with so that we can know how to be effective. So that's what I would, say to new folks coming in.
And absolutely, and we will be live for that reason. So for the viewers, the people that are watching the recorded right now, our goal is to give you live interaction, as if we're sitting in your living room with you right now. We're sitting in your classroom. We're sitting in the car with you. We want you to have questions, because we have questions too. We have things that come up in our lives, especially in our business. If you're that entrepreneur, you're a solopreneur, whoever you are, we know you've run into a roadblock, because all of us do. And Dr. Pruitt and I, our goal is to help you get over that in a manner to where you don't have to lose your clients. You don't have to lose that money that you're trying to make to feed your family, to keep the roof over your head, to market. So remember, if you want more information from watching the video now, thank you, Teresa. I already saw your comment. We'll make sure to get you a link. Just write in the comments, please send me information, and I will make sure that we get you a link to get you more information on how to find us and where we're going to be at on August 17th, 2018. It will be during the daytime, so start marking your calendars now. Start finding other people that can use this. And even if you have clients, give them something like this, because sometimes they need the knowledge too. They need to know if they need a coach or a counselor. They need to know that difference as well. And as you feed more into them, they're going to pay it back to you in the long run, because they're going to come back to you. I mean, think about it. Loyalty is a big thing. I really preach loyalty. That's very important to me. And if your clients know you're trying to give them something extra, trust me, they're going to appreciate it. We all know that. We love when we get those phone calls from those person that we bought a car from years ago. And now they're calling us back trying to give us an extra perk, so to speak. So keep that in mind. We look forward to seeing you all. We will have some more promotions out. If you have any questions about that, you can find me at Michael at michaelalaitler.com. Email me. I will also post some show in the call notes later about a page so you guys can get some more information. You all have a wonderful, amazing day, and we look forward to seeing you on August 17th.